Hey, what's up everybody? Welcome to my YouTube channel, which is all about helping people navigate through their spiritual awakening process. And today I'm going to share some insight into a very interesting dilemma that a lot of you guys will find yourself experiencing along your awakening. And it's the feeling of, should I stay or should I go? What I'm saying is that on one hand, you're going to notice an increasing desire to help people in some way, to give back to the whole, to humanity, to animals, to some, you'll find yourself wanting to contribute. And that desire will become, all people in a sense, I think, have that to fluctuating degrees, but it's going to become very noticeable, very strong within you. So much so that you might even be willing to sacrifice yourself for the good of others and helping. At the same time, ironically, there's a growing awareness and a noticeable obviousness of how seemingly hopeless and bleak the situation that you might want to be helpful in is. You might want to help people. And yet, at the same time, you're becoming more aware of just how lost and dysfunctional people on a collective level are. And you might find yourself feeling is this going to be even worth my time? You try to help people and they're just mean and nasty to you. It's whoa, how noble am I going to allow myself to be? How much am I going to throw myself under the bus to help these freaking people who can't even begin to even appreciate it or even notice what I'm trying to do? So there's a part of you that might want to flee, get the hell out of Dodge and go live in the woods like a hippie, off the grid. To hell with them, screw them, let them frickin' wipe each other out. I can go be content, living a nice little minimalist lifestyle, camping out in the woods all day. And you might go back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Sometimes you might have an experience where you try something nice, you do something, and then you see a little glimpse of the good in somebody. And those little moments come few and far between, but sometimes they're enough to say, you know what? This is why I'm going this way. I am going to try to help these people. And then the next day you go forth, and this could be manifest in so many different ways. It could just be your own psychology about it. But the next day, for example, you have the intention, okay, riding off the success of yesterday, I'm going to keep going, and then boom, you're reminded day after day after day from that point forward of just how lost and bleak humanity is and how much you perceive in that moment it to be a complete waste of your time. And funny enough, this dichotomy only grows. As you awaken, you continue to become more clearly aware of just how bad people need help, how dysfunctional and egoic most of humanity really is. And at the same time, that desire to help them is just going to keep growing as well. But I'll tell you what happened with me. I've tried both ways. I actually did flee. I actually did literally flee, where I explained it in many other videos, so I won't go into deep details, but me and my wife started to wake up, go through our ascension or awakening. And on one hand, we wanted to help people, but then the massive shift we went through where we suddenly saw the truth of everybody, even our friends and family, that caused us to just sell our home abruptly and get into an RV and just get the hell out of here and just go traveling. And we thought we were going to go we didn't know what we were going to do. We just fled. We ran. We got out of there. But what happened to me, and both of us, is that desire to contribute, or the knowingness that I came here to contribute, started to just gnaw at me and eat away at me. And I realized that even in absence of all the nutty stress that our friends and family and just people in our lives were kind of causing us, as we are now becoming so sensitive to them, even in spite of the absence of that, there was something very big missing. There was an emptiness inside of both of us. Something that just grew and grew and grew, and we could not ignore. And eventually, we went back. And here I am today doing something. It really came around full circle because initially I went back and like re-entered my life and sort of like took on the role I once had prior to fleeing. But now I've sort of reinvented myself yet again, and I'm giving back and contributing and helping other people in a bigger way than I ever thought I could possibly do, just one person. It is so satisfying and so awesome and pushes me just to be the strongest version of myself every day, and I could not be happier. Okay? But I just wanted to kind of make this video, not so much to tell you what to do, just rather just kind of share my experience and let you know it's quite normal to feel so torn, to feel so on the fence in that regard. But I trust most of you, your divine purpose and mission for being here, which is there, is going to overtake and overshadow the unpleasantness, the sometimes unpleasantness of dealing with people, generally. And it'll just continue to grow and grow and grow and grow and grow to where you'll become accepting of the people, even though you're still super aware of how things really are, how negative the world can be. You'll come to a place of just true acceptance of it, true understanding that it's just the way it is here. It's neither good or bad, and the way you label it is really on you. You could see it as, wow, people suck, or you could see it as, wow, what you see in the world is merely a consequence of a large millions, billions of people living lives far intellectually beyond their own wisdom and compassion and awareness of their connection to one another. And what you see is a disastrous result. But that's why you're here. To bring your heart into all you do. And that will affect other people's hearts, whether you see evidence of it initially. You might just say something and someone reacts like, oh God. And you can tell they were bothered by what you said. But then they go home and they think about it, because a part of them knew what you said was true. And slowly you walk around in your life, regardless of how you choose to express yourself, you plant seeds. Seeds thrown out just by you living an example of someone who lives from their heart. And not all the seeds are going to sprout. Not all the people are, a lot of your advice, your examples are just going to fall on deaf ears, and that's okay. You're not here to save everybody. You're not even here to save anybody. You're here to be yourself. But in you being yourself, which by nature is helpful to the whole, you will have, by the end of your life, cast out a lot of seeds. And a lot of those seeds will have sprouted. And a lot of those sprouted seeds will eventually blossom into gorgeous trees that will lay their own seeds. And slowly over the decades to come, this world will transform, as bleak as it is now. And you already know that.